Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello. Good morning. How are we all doing? Hello. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Lots of people in chat already. Good morning. Obviously, we have Lexi and Tom and Laura and Tree of Witches. And let's see, Alyssa and Patrick and William. Who else did I say? Hi, Nat. Let's see. Rolf, hello, good morning. Enski, happy time zone. Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all well. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dustin, and this channel, Modern Metaphysicae, is about all things occult and esoteric with a very heavy lean on the tarot. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me. Today, I thought we could do another episode of my reflections and favorites from last month. So this is going to be kind of a rundown of the things that I fell in love with last month or that were a big part of my life. Everything from random stuff to food and drink and tarot decks and crystals and herbs and all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, this is the video for you. I do these every month, once a month. The first live stream I do every month is this. So if you're interested in that, be sure to click the little subscribe button and give this a thumbs up. Let's see. Good morning. Hi, Katzen. Hi, Bunny Kisses. Good morning. Good morning. the shelves are empty. So because it's been so cold here, so they're finished now. The last time people saw shelves, they were raw wood. They are now completely finished. They've been stained, and they also have they have been oiled, and the oil typically takes about 72 hours to dry, which has actually been taking about a week because of how cold it is here. And so it's just been taking its time drying. They're pretty much dry to the touch now. I'm going to go through this afternoon and just kind of give them another kind of wipe down. But obviously we can't put books on oily shelves. That's not a good thing. So the oil has to completely dry and get to the point where it's polymerized. Because I do use it's like a tongue kind of finishing oil. It's the Walrus company. If anyone is interested in woodworking stuff, that's what I like to use because it's not full of chemicals and I can sit in here and breathe. But yeah, they're all up now. They're in place. They're ready. They're ready for books. But we have to wait for them to dry. So once they're completely dry, which will likely be either today, probably this afternoon or tomorrow, I'll probably wait just till tomorrow just to be safe. Then we can start loading them up. So I'll give them a good wipe down this afternoon. We'll let them finish drying overnight, and then they will become loaded with all of the books. So yeah, it's quite the difference from what what was there before. Good morning, Raven. Thank you, Mountain Shadow. That's very kind of you. They were a project, to say the least. So yep. Oh my god, Lexi, you're terrible. Yep. So yeah, as always, guys, if you have questions or comments or anything you would like me to see or read, please be sure to do @modernmetaphysicae in chat or put it in all caps so I don't miss it, because sometimes chat can get a little crazy. With everything that I am showing today, there should be links down in the description box down below. So if you're interested in checking out any of the things I'm sharing, you will find all that down below. With regards to study hall, which a lot of people have been talking about in chat, we have kicked off our next study hall, which is a perk for any member of Scala Metaphysicae that is in the Discord server. You get lifetime access to the Discord server when you join the channel membership program, which is Scala Metaphysicae. I only do that so that I don't have to deal with trolls. If I just post the link, like on a YouTube video, the entire world gets to see it, and then it's like a flood of trolls, and nobody's got time for that. So I do put it behind the membership just to not have to deal with trolls. But once you're in the Discord server, you have access to that community as well as study hall for as long as you want to stay in there, or until you get kicked out because you break a rule. But we are doing the next one. We kicked it off last Sunday. We're doing Robert M. Place's The Tarot, Magic, Alchemy, Hermeticism, and Neoplatonism. It's not too late to join. If you're interested in joining, you can find all of the information down in the description box under Scholar Metaphysicae. If you click that little link, it will take you there. If you click the join button on your screen, it'll give you all the information. But we are going to be kicking that off and diving into that. So if you like a good old fashioned book club, come join us because we're going to be talking tarot. So that'll be fun. Um, let's see here. The book, so the book is still available. Oh, wow. Thank you, Laura. The book is still available. Welcome everybody that just joined. Hello. Uh the book is completely still available. You can purchase it directly from the author, as well as I think Artisan Tarot and a few other places have it for like a normal, reasonable amount. So if you are interested in picking up the book, it is still very available in a few different places. So yeah. Hello, hello. Oh, and Miss Moonlight, good morning. So yeah, that'll be fun. Come join us. We have fun. We have fun in the Discord server. So that's study hall. Am I missing anything else? Chat. um and for those of you who did just get a membership, if you're interested in joining the Discord server, there is a if you go to, I think it's called posts now. YouTube changed it on us because of course they would. So if you go to the channel and you click on posts, which used to be called the community tab, but now it's called posts. And then in the creator studio where like I used to go to like respond to comments, it used to be called comments and now it's called community. Why they keep changing this stuff is beyond me. Whoever's making these decisions at YouTube, you need to stop. But anyways, if you go there, there is a post. If you scroll down a little bit, there should be a post that has instructions on how to join the Discord server. So yeah. I think I know, yeah, right? Yes. I don't know what I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing over there at YouTube making these decisions to change vernacular that like has existed for forever. It's awful. At this point, just let us call it whatever we want. Right? Make it a customizable field. Okay. So that's that. So, January is gone, you guys. I don't know where she went. She was here and then she just evaporated. She was like, nope, I'm out. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I can't blame her. January was a rough month for a lot of different reasons. There was a lot of things going on in kind of the global space, obviously, which we're not going to get into. That's not the place for this. But even just for me personally, January was a crazy month. Like it was wild. It was wild. I was still very much recovering. For those of you who don't know, I bit the big one. I fell right on my big old fanny towards the end of December, and I gave myself some wild internal bruising because of the way I fell. I didn't actually hit, like I didn't fall on my butt. I fell like more on my hip, and it was painful. I had like this giant welt below my knee, and like it was not good. It was not good, and I'm still like a little sore and a little like from all of that, but I was still very much recovering from that last month, and I very much took the time to do that, which was probably a good thing because life was throwing me curveballs left, right, and center last month, and it was what it was. So I'm kind of glad January's over because it was not a great month for me. It was not a great start to the year. So hopefully that's done. Um, oh man, January is just, yeah. I don't know what she was doing, but she's gone. She is gone. So yeah, that was a thing. Hi Erica, hello. So yeah, it was a wild month. It was a wild month, but we found some cool things that I want to share with you. So, um the wild card, you guys, the wild card. So, a few people have suggested on the Discord server. In the Discord server, we have a channel called Beauty, and it's for all our beauty lovers. It's where all the girls talk about makeup. I jump in and talk about skincare every once in a while because I like to talk about skincare. Um, but we get in there and we talk about things, and it's come up a few times. This company called Rituals, which is it's a kind of like bath and body cosmetics kind of company, that's based out of Amsterdam, I believe. But their entire sort of like theme is kind of spiritual and new agey, and like all of their lines are like the ritual of blah blah blah, like the ritual of Ayurveda, the ritual of Namaste, the ritual of Jing, right? There's all these, marketing things. Um, and I just kind of always had glanced over them. Well, I was perusing the internet one day, as one does, and it kept popping up, and I was like, okay, let's actually check this out. Let's check this out. I think it came up when they did like a alchemy line before the holidays, like this like limited edition alchemy thing. Anyways, um and I was like, okay, let's check this out. And I ended up buying myself one of their little gift sets. Let me see if I can reach it. I got me a little gift set. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this little box. It's so pretty. And it says, "A life filled with wonder is a wonderful life." And the boxes are completely reusable. They don't have Rituals branding on them, which I think is amazing. Um, so that was really cool. So I have this nice little box now. As anyone who has ADHD knows, we love a good box for any other reason but just to have a nice box. Isn't it lovely though? I love it. So I got myself a little kit, and to try some of their things, and I'm obsessed, to say the least. I am obsessed, you guys. So first of all, I did some research on the company because that's what I do, and they are a really good company in terms of like what their business practices are. They're a I forget what the certification is. It's a certified B company, which is it's like a European kind of thing, that just basically says that they're not an evil corporation. It's the short. If you're interested in any of this stuff, you can go look it up. But they're a really good company with good ethical practices and standards. All of their products are of natural origin, which is really cool. So on all of the products, they list how many ingredients are of natural origin. Obviously, not everything can be, but yeah, it is a European brand. Yes. So um excuse me, I swallowed wrong. So it is a European brand. It's from the EU. And they did have shops here in the United States, but during COVID, they there goes my algorithm, by the way, because I said the word. Um during the plagues, they closed all of their stores here in the United States because of all the things that were going on. And because we here in the United States mostly shop online anyways now these days. But they do still have an online storefront. Um, but anyways, you guys, I'm obsessed with this stuff. So the set that I got was this one, the Ritual of Jing, which is like their relaxation and um sleep line. And it's so, can I just say, like, I like a good smell, I like a good scent, but I also don't like my products to be like, I don't want it to smell like I have like layers of perfume on, right? Like that's not my thing. Um but these are like gently scented and not overpowering and really nice, and there's like lots of different cool things to pick from. So this is the body cream. And then they also have like a um body mist, like this is the pillow and body and hair mist. So you can spray this on yourself. But it's also like a uh oh, it smells so good, but I spray it on my pillow before I go to sleep. Um, and it's very nice. It creates a nice little ambiance. But I love it. And then this, the other thing I had in my hand, this is like their little, it's called the nighttime serum, and it has a little, I don't know if you guys can see this. It has a little roller ball on, and you roll it on your temples, and it helps you relax, and it's amazing. It has a whole bunch of essential oils in it, one of them being mint. So it like gives you this, like, you're supposed to roll it on your temples and your forehead and on your neck, and it like gets all nice and chilly and cool, and it like relaxes you. Oh, it's so good. Um, and so everything I've tried thus far from this brand has been amazing. And I did place a second order, which I probably shouldn't have, but I did, to try some of their skincare stuff, because we all know I love skincare. And I thought, you know what? One of the things that I want to focus on this year for me, that's like a kind of a personal goal, is more self care. Because I'm really good at taking care of other people. I do that a lot. As you can see, like, this is taking a long time, mostly because I'm doing other stuff for other people or working. Uh, so one thing that I wanted to focus on this year for me was some self care, because I can't take care of the people I need to take care of in my life if I don't take care of myself. That was one thing that became really apparent when I had my fall and I was really in a lot of pain. Was like, well, now I can't take care of myself and I can't take care of the people that I need to take care of. Therefore, what am I doing? Right? So, one thing I'm going to focus more on in this new year for myself is self-care. And so getting me some nice little like spa stuff is right up that alley, and it's the kind of stuff that I just love. So, if you're interested, I would highly recommend these guys. I am more than impressed at the quality of the products. The products actually are not astronomical. They're not cheap. You know, you're not going over to the wall to buy some bath products. But if you're looking for like a really good quality product that's not full of garbage like they have at Bath and Body Works, go check out Rituals. Like, I am thoroughly impressed with these guys. Um yeah, I did get their shower gel. So it like comes out as like a gel and then it foams all up. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, I am obsessed. So yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. So go check them out. I did link their main page in the description box down below. They have all kinds of different lines and all kinds of different scents. They have a skincare line. They have a men's line. I did actually order the shave cream. There's like a shave cream, so I got that. Um, they have they have like a home kind of line where they have like a lotion specifically for like your kitchen. So like obviously like when you've been washing dishes and stuff and your hands get all dry and like they have a lotion specifically for that. Um, they have all kinds of stuff. So go check them out. They're amazing. I'm really, really quite chuffed about them, and I will be probably a forever supporter now until they either go out of business or or whatever. So, yeah, I've heard good things. They also have like a car scent thing. So I think my last order, I think I'm getting one of those for that's the other thing. They like give you all kinds of goodies. So when you order from them, you get all kinds of like free stuff, which is wonderful. Love it. Yeah, spa day at my house. So yeah, love, love, love. I wish they had stores here. I'm very jealous that you have stores over there in the UK. They do have all kinds of stores in the UK and in Europe. So my European friends are probably like, "Yeah, where have you been? These guys are amazing." We don't have stores here in the United States. In fact, they closed their stores here, which is very sad. I think, to be honest with you, like I think they just didn't market right in the US, but that's just my thoughts. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. They're bare, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Hi, Justin. Okay. So let's continue on here. Let me check my list here. So that was the wild card rituals, amazing stuff. Go check it out. Let's talk about food and drink. And this actually ties into herb. So obviously, with everything that was going on last month and the way I was feeling, I was having a lot of difficulty sleeping. My sleep schedule got fucked. I'm just gonna say it. Beep. It was not great. That was my one for public broadcasting, right? It was not. It was not great. And so one thing I turned to and worked with a lot last month was chamomile. So this is a twofer, both my herb and my favorite food and drink from last month. But chamomile and lavender were two things that I turned to. Speaking of lavender, this has lavender in it. It has a very lavendery scent. Um, oh, it smells so good. Anyways, so lavender is known for its kind of like calming and healing properties. Magically, it's often used for purification, relaxation, and for like love and peace workings. It's also believed in some traditions to enhance spiritual connections and enhance harmony. Medicinally, in terms of like herbal medicine, right? It's very well known to reduce stress and anxiety and promote restful sleep, which is a big reason why I turned to it. And it also, interestingly, has anti-inflammatories. It is also an antiseptic and has pain relieving qualities, which is really good for like skin irritations. So if you have like a rash or like a really dry patch or something like that, or even headaches and muscle tension, which is why this was amazing, right? You can rub that on and it will help relieve that stuff. So one of my favorite drinks that I like to do is this traditional medicinals nighty night tea, which is really, really, really lovely. This is chamomile and passionflower, and then I will oftentimes put lavender in it, just to kind of like kick it up a notch, which I kind of really like doing. There is also a version of this with lavender, which I don't always get because it's a little too strong for me. Um, but yeah, this tea, you guys, this is like my go-to. If you are someone who struggles with like falling asleep, and you haven't tried this stuff, check it out. It's very relaxing and it helps me get to sleep whenever my sleep schedule is all in the wonk zone. And last month it very much was. And in fact, I had this last night, because it still is. So yeah, I love it. Highly recommend it. I love this company. They're amazing. All of their teas are great. Their tummy tea is like really good for if you get like upset tummy and stuff like that. Um, yeah, love it. Celestial Seasonings is great too. Yes. Sleepy Time Tea. In fact, fun fact about Celestial Seasonings is that their factory is like, I don't know, it's probably about 3 hours north of me. And I've been to it, which is really cool. And they have this big room, this storage room called the Mint Room. It was like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not even kidding you guys. And you walk in, and they have it to keep it separate because the scent of the mint is so strong, it like flushed my sinuses. It was amazing. It was the coolest thing ever. But the one thing I don't like about um, Celestial Seasonings is that they don't have organic stuff, and I like my teas to be organic. So we go for traditional medicinals now in my house. They did carry an organic line, like a small one, for a little while, and I don't know what happened to it. It was like a pain in the butt to find. So I just started drinking traditional medicinals all the time. Throat coat is amazing. Yes, really good. Ooh, apple cinnamon tea. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Okay, so that was my favorite food and drink and my favorite herb from last month. My favorite crystal from last month was Shungite. I did actually work intentionally a lot with Shungite last month. This is a little Shungite stone that I have. Um, actually from a viewer. So a viewer sent me this years ago. In fact, it was when I very first started my channel. A very kind viewer, a very kind and gracious viewer, sent me this Shungite stone. There was a rose quartz stone, and then there was a couple of decks, which I still love and treasure to this day. And this one sits on my desk next to my computer. Um, it's a black stone, often believed to offer protection, purification, and healing. It's thought to neutralize negative energies and shield against EMF, so electromagnetic radiation. So a lot of people will keep these in their offices where their computers or their routers and things are. Interestingly enough, there is some scientific evidence to back this up. You can take an EMF reader and read, so like the EMF coming off of your cell phone or your electronics, and then place Shungite next to it, and it will absorb the EMF, which is really, really interesting. So I do keep this next to my computers. Um, and in terms of its like spiritual use, it's often used in rituals of cleansing and grounding, and as well as like energy balancing, right? And is often thought to promote physical and emotional well-being. So lots of good stuff for Shungite. So this was a stone that I worked with quite a bit last month, and it's a stone that I keep around. I have a couple pieces of it like this. The viewer sent me two pieces like this, so I have one that literally sits on my router. Um, which was pretty funny because when the internet repair guy came and had to fix things one day, he was like, "Oh, here's your rock," and I was like, "Thank you." um, but and then this one I keep next to my PC. So Shungite. Um, let's see here. Every kitchen should be overrun with teas. People are still in chat, still talking about tea right now. Jasmine Pearl Tea Company in Portland. Online orders only. Highly recommend. Ooh, I will have to check them out. I love a good tea. Love tea. Speaking of jasmine green tea is like one of my favorite, like go-to, like after lunch kind of mid-afternoon teas, and it's good because I like it both hot and iced. Okay, so oh, my sinuses today are just killing me. That was herb crystal. Let's talk about YouTube, my favorite YouTube. So I didn't do a ton of YouTube watching last month, but one channel I did stumble across that I've just really been loving and enjoying and just kind of putting on every once in a while when I need a break from like everything is this little channel. This is a channel called Real Vintage Dollhouse. It is a creator from the UK who is kind of obsessed with the 40s and 50s. And she lives with her mom in this 1920s house, and she does all these kind of um, educational historical videos about like living during the war and things like that, and they're fun and they're relaxing, and it's really fun to kind of watch her passion for history. And I too love like World War II history and things like that. It's very interesting to me. It's a time period that I have a connection with because both my grandmothers were German and lived through the war, are not were are, and yeah, so I stumbled upon her channel just I think it was through a short. And she has some long form content that's been really enjoyable. So if you like that kind of stuff, go check it out. She did a fun kind of little like eating eating like she was on rations during the war for like a week, which was really interesting just to kind of see how she figured that out. And she does just kind of interesting stuff like that, which is really cool. So if you're interested in that at all, go check it out. I really enjoyed that. Um, let's see here. So that was YouTube. Oh, TV, film, and video game. So in terms of film, let me see here. Oh, I need to sit up in my chair. I'm slouching, you guys. I'm slouching. Don't let me slouch. In terms of film, along those lines, um, I did watch The Gathering Storm on HBO Max, which is a sort of, how to explain it? It's like a before World War II kind of film, um, that covers Winston Churchill's kind of rise to power, which was really interesting. Churchill's a figure that I personally have had a very profound interest in for a long time, because he was always kind of a black sheep and an odd duck like me, and he loved to paint, and some part of me thinks like at some point like him and I would have been good friends, right? Like I'm not a politics kind of guy, but like him as a person has always been really fascinating to me, and like his how he approached leadership and those sorts of things has always been really interesting to me. So that film's been around for a while. I think it came out in 2002, and I just never watched it, and I finally watched it last month, and I was like, this is really good. No wonder it's still around. So if you like World War II history, go check it out. It was really good. Like I was quite surprised at how good the film was. The writing was really good, the acting was really good. It was one of those HBO films, and sometimes those are hit or miss, to say the least. And it was delightful and enjoyable. So go check it out. The Gathering Storm. You can watch it on Max over here in the US. I'm not sure what it would be on abroad. Um, but yeah, very good. Very, very good. Um, Book. So I did get a new book in. It is currently in a box. So I can't pull it out and show you guys. But I can actually, give me one second. It's in a box because all of my books are in boxes right now. Um, let's see here. Let's do this. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's do this. Okay. So this book came I picked this up last month, and I really really enjoyed it. This is Tarot Writings, Essential Tarot Writings, a collection of source texts in Western occultism. Um, it basically has, it's by Donald Tyson. It's been around for a while. I just never actually picked it up. And it has a bunch of the original source material for tarot, including essays from uh, Gablon from uh, sort of the 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries. It also includes writings from Mathers, from Waite, and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of like this comprehensive historical overview uh, of source material, which I have a couple books like that. And so yeah, I picked that one up and loved it. There's all kinds of good stuff in there. So I will have to share that with you guys on another stream or do a review of it, because it's in a box right now, because all of my books are in boxes. So there's that. Favorite book. I have the hiccups so bad right now. Okay, let's talk tarot. We're at the tarot point, you guys. Tarot. So favorite new tarot. I didn't get a whole lot in last month. I got a lot in at the beginning of this month, unironically. But by far, like in terms of newly stuff into my channel, um, or into my practice, for sure, one thing that I just cannot put down ever. Why is this so dark? Give me a second, guys. Let me brighten this up just a touch for you, because I want you to be able to see. Was the Black Ritual Tarot. I can't put this deck down, you guys. It's so lovely. It is a black and white monochromatic take on the Rider Waite Smith. Um, The backs are this beautiful like seed of life mandala design. It's a standard tarot size, nothing crazy here, but it has like this kind of like unique kind of like almost like it's been printed like on a printing press. Like there's these little smears and stuff on the borders, which I thought was really clever. At first, I thought it was a printing error when I first opened the deck, and then I realized, no, 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 this is actually intentional. Um, but I love, love, love this deck. It's absolute. Oh gosh, I would never trim this deck. The borders are like part of the charm. Like having the little smudges and stuff is like what makes this deck the deck for me, at least. But I love the artwork. It is a redraw, so there are some things that are slightly different throughout the deck. Look at this full card. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. It's so good. Um, it's just one of those like you just can't go wrong with a good RWS ever. And having a monochromatic version of it, I think, is a lot of fun. Yeah, the font is great. I'm pretty sure the font is hand drawn, just like Pixie's was. Um, love the strength in this deck. It's so good. Let's see if I can get it to focus on the card. Gorgeous deck. Um, can't get enough of this deck. Its quality is really good. It's a US Games production, so it's got that standard sort of US Games quality cardstock that shuffles really, really well. It works great in readings. Like color is an important part of tarot, but sometimes, you know, like I think sometimes it's good to pull something out, to distill things down, right? Um, have you like for me when I work with monochromatic decks, it's kind of like when you turn the volume of the radio down in the car to concentrate. Does anyone else do that? Chat, let me know. If you're watching this on replay, let me know in the comment section down below if you do you turn the volume down in the car when you need to concentrate, like when you have to park or like the traffic it's like really crazy and you're like, can't turn the radio off. I have to really focus right now. Like that's kind of like for me what it's like to read with monochromatic decks, right? Sometimes it's kind of like, okay, let's get rid of the color so I don't think about like color theory and color scales and color symbolism and things like that. Like let's just pull that out and just focus on the imagery and the meaning of the cards, right? Yes, at roundabouts. I love it. But that's kind of how I approach using monochromatic decks. And because January was just kind of a shitstorm for me, like having a monochromatic deck to read in that kind of way was really useful, right? You don't listen to music in the car? Oh my goodness. Alyssa's not driving to any of the fun events. I definitely turned down the volume. That's so funny. Um, but yeah, this deck is just it's great, right? It is a really great kind of modern take on the RWS. Um, and I really really enjoy it. It's like my new favorite monochromatic RWS. I have a few monochromatic decks. I need to like gather them all up and do like a little mini monochromatic deck collection video for you guys. Um, but yeah, Black Ritual Tarot for sure. Um, favorite new deck. Lovely, lovely little deck. The book, it's a US Games book. Nothing crazy to write home to mom about, but lovely little deck. Um, oh my gosh. My most used deck, interestingly enough, so this came up a few times last month. people kept mentioning it over and over again, and so I had to pull it out. And that is the Robinwood Tarot. And once I pulled it out, I couldn't put it down. I just kept reading with it over and over and over and over again. This deck has been around for a long time. It's been so long that I have one of the old Llewellyn packaging versions of this. But this is one of those decks that kind of shaped tarot as we know it today. If you don't have a copy of this deck and you're a tarot enthusiast, you should have one. This is one of those kind of pivotal cornerstone decks that really everyone should have in their collection. Um, but I it's so delightfully like the 80s and 90s that I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy, you guys. I mean, come on. It almost looks, well, I'm not gonna say that's me. It's just a gorgeous deck. I love this 8 of Cups. The coloration, um, it's just a really classic deck at this point. I love the choice of using the dove in the cup. I don't see people talk about this deck very often anymore, right? Like it's very rare to me to see people kind of talking about this. Um and I don't know why. I really don't. It's so good. It's so good. Look, I mean look at that 10. It's beautiful. I really enjoy this deck very much so. This takes me back to like my early days of tarot, so there's definitely like some nostalgia here for me. Look at that King of Wands outfit. That's amazing. That's great. you you guys are crazy. I love this deck. It's so wonderful. The artwork's beautiful. For what like it's definitely of a time, right? Like it's for sure dated, but look at this hermit, you guys. Come on. Like how could you not love this hermit? And I love how the titles are done in this deck. Like it's a wonderful deck. I think you guys need to give this one a chance. If you haven't given this one a chance, try it out. It's a wonderful, wonderful deck. The backs are wonderful. I love the backs on this. Love this deck. It's a good one. It's always a good reader. It's always a good reader. Hanged Man. Maybe we'll do maybe we'll do the tarot scopes because I haven't filmed those yet. Well, maybe we'll do the tarot scopes with this. What do you guys think? Interesting. We'll convince you guys with tarot scope readings. I love it. You guys got to give it a chance. It's so good. It's one of those I will say that like again, this is one of those decks that like very much is divisive, right? Like people either love it or they hate it. Um it's kind of like, it's just one of those decks. Like There's no in between, I think, for this one. Um, but yeah. You guys, chat has thoughts about this. Listen, if you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments section down below what you guys think about the Robin Hood Tarot. Frankly, it's one of those decks that put tarot on the map, right? It was one of the earlier decks to redraw the Rider Waite Smith. Like without the Robin Hood Tarot, we wouldn't be where we are today in kind of the tarot universe. It was one of the most popular decks at the time, and is still very popular. I mean, it's still in print, and I think that speaks bounds to the fact that it's still in print because Llewellyn takes things out of print. In fact, they take things out of print more often than most publishers. So, yeah. But there are definitely thoughts in chat right now about this. You guys are so funny. um, I love it. It's a wonderful, wonderful deck. You guys are so funny. But yeah, if you're watching on replay, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the Robin one. I love it. There's just a nostalgia to it. There really is. It's delectably like the 90s, the 80s and the 90s. And I love it. All right. Um Wild Unknown. I know it is a little bit like Wild Unknown because Wild Unknown is also one of those very divisive decks, right? People either love it or they hate it, and there's really no in between. I don't meet very many people who are like, "Oh, the Wild Unknown, like that's an alright deck." Like it's either like, "Oh, I love the Wild Unknown," or "Oh my gosh, that deck." Like there's no in between. um. Oh my goodness, you guys are so funny. So yeah, those you guys, those are my favorites from January. We're like right at an hour, so we did really well there actually. I kind of felt like we were going over, but yeah. I do have some fun things to share with you on the roundup, by the way. I got some really cool things. If you're in the Discord server, you may have seen me share some photos of this already. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But this is a really cool edition of vintage edition of the Thoth Tarot. So you can go check that out in Discord now early if you haven't. If not, you're going to have to wait until we get to the recent roundup video. Um, but yeah. Ooh, you got the nameless one. Nice. But if anybody has any questions or anything for me, now's a great time to throw them in chat. I'm just going to catch up on chat just a little bit here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Wow, no, never owned it and never will. You guys are so funny. Uh, I love Wild Unknown. It's one of those. It is a very divisive deck though. Yeah, people have opinions on that one. And that's okay. That's what makes tarot interesting, right? We don't always have to like the same things. Um, how boring would ice cream be if we all just like vanilla, right? That is how the world is interesting. Any advice for sigil study? I mean, it depends on sigil. Like when we're talking sigil, are we talking like ritual magic sigil, like or like angelic sigils and things like that? I mean, modern witchcraft pulled a lot of like sigil stuff from um Western esotericism and like John Dee and Agrippa and things like that. So um that's kind of a start, I guess. But yeah, sigil magic is a very broad umbrella term. Uh the Baroque tarot. The Baroque is very beautiful. I don't know if it was my favorite. I haven't done a favorites video this year. I haven't had time, nor have I ever even thought to think about it. So yeah. It's funny. All right, well, I don't see very many other questions, so we're gonna get things wrapped up. Because I am hungry. I have not eaten anything yet today, and it's about lunchtime. All I've had is coffee to fuel the demons inside of me. um, my favorite sigil related thing is the Talisman Oracle. That is a good one. Um, oh my God, eat. Okay, I will. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came and hunged. For everyone who was here in chat today, I just want to say thank you. I hope all of you guys have a wonderful Sunday as always. I know I say that, but I do mean that. And to all our new members that are in the community, thank you. Big shout outs to Laura for her very generous gifting of memberships today. Thank you so much, Laura. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. And for those of you that are members, you guys, I did post the monthly schedule on the community tab, which is now called Posts. So this week, you guys have your Taroscope videos, and for my Adeptus members, you have your tarot spreads, your lunar tarot spreads coming. So you can check that out. And yeah, I hope you guys are well. And as always, remember, everyone is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So be kind to one another out there, okay? And we'll see you guys back around YouTube. Bye, everybody. Oh, and next time the shelves will have stuff on them. I'm so excited. Bye.